And recording. Okay. Yeah, so there's so many different ways to track your business. And so I'm going to share with you kind of, well, one way, but sort of two different ways, like how I started tracking my business and then kind of like how I do it now. It's just kind of more condensed, but literally like whatever makes the most sense to you. So take what I'm going to give you and just kind of start doing it and then change it as you go to what fits you the best. That's what I did. I literally started with Google Sheets and I created my own thing. And I tried to explain it to people. People are like, I don't know what the fuck that says or like whatever, or like how to even like follow along with that because it was my own thing. But I started with a different like whatever and changed it up, and now what I do is completely different now. So before I dive into that though, oh, no. Pull it up. I am like all sorts of, I swear I was prepared. Just loading, taking forever. Almost there. And okay, open. Okay, so share my screen. Like we always do. Okay, so tracking your biz is what we're talking about tonight. But first, a little recognition and welcome new coaches. You guys, I'm so excited. We have so many coaches. I know it's been 2 weeks since we had a team call, but like my heart is so happy. So we got Lacey Lynch, Chelsea C, Taylor Rudiger, Allison Mansell, Devin Pulaski, Shanna Beth, Tiffany Plord, Alyssa Vogt, and Jessica DeMuth. Oh my gosh, you guys, how incredible is that? In 2 weeks, that many coaches. That's so awesome, so exciting. So welcome new coaches. Huge congrats to you who brought on new coaches, because that's how you grow your business and you duplicate that and all the things. So super awesome, super exciting. And then March Success Club board, we got 3 of us on there, and I know you guys, I know we can get so many up there this month, and I'm so excited because I don't just believe that you can, I know that you will hit Success Club. Okay, so awesome job, Kim, Rachel, you guys, absolutely amazing. Keep that momentum going. You have to start somewhere. You just can't stop when you get going. So awesome job, you guys. And let's get ready. We're at the very beginning of April. Lots of time, get it from the beginning. And I really want to encourage you to shoot to hit Success Club by the 15th. So halfway through the month, you've already got it logged in, and then you're just building momentum as you're going through the rest of the month. Okay, some super exciting announcements. Please, please, please take notes and everything. Sorry, Tyler's going to pick up a washer. I just want to make sure everything's okay. Okay, so with some of these announcements, please take them to heart. Really set goals and treat your business like a business and all the things. So first up, Super Weekend. I keep saying this every week, but it's coming up. If you're in Wisconsin, it is in Milwaukee on Sunday the 14th. That's from 9 to noon, I believe, 9 to noon, 9 to 1, if someone can verify that. If you need help on how to buy tickets, I can direct you to do that. But getting to live events, I can't even like put into words. Like, Summit is absolutely huge. These weekends, we get 4 of these super weekends a year, and just getting to them and showing on your social media like this community, and you feel the vibes and you hear different stories from different coaches and different trainings, and it blows your mind. Just like there's so many times when in the beginning of my business where I knew that I needed to do personal development, but I was in like a pissed off mood. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do personal development right now because I'm pissed off, but that's the time when I needed it the most to get out of my funk. And in these events, like they pump you up so much and help build so much momentum. So get to live events. I cannot stress it enough. Sunday the 14th for us in Wisconsin. I think most of us on this call are in Wisconsin. So please, please, please get to the event. And I'm going to be driving, so if you're in the area, we can carpool and everything too. 21-day fix reshoot live started yesterday. I know Jordan's doing it. I messed up, and so I'm starting it on Monday. so that I can still keep my workouts going in the morning. But super awesome. So if you got Ultimate Portion Fix, you get early access to the reshoot of 21 Day Fix. Transform 20 is now live in Beachbody On Demand for everyone who has it. So if you reach out to your customers who have been wanting to do it or whatever, make sure that they know that it is now available to everyone. Ultimate Portion Fix is still $20 off this month for promo. So still be talking to people about that who maybe, don't need so much help with the workouts, but really need to focus more on their nutrition, all that stuff. Or even people who are super busy and give you the time excuse for, I want to lose weight, but I don't have time. Well, this is an online course. You can listen to it in the car and learn about nutrition on the way kind of thing. Okay, Summit. I want to quick talk about Summit because for me, I didn't go my first year because, you guys, I had a negative bank account for a very long time. And I couldn't do it. But I wish so badly that I would have either put it on a credit card or had someone help me to get there my first year, because it is a game changer. And I know coming from me, you can't fully grasp it without actually going yourself. But hearing from different coaches, different ways of doing things and kind of molding it into your own versus just what I have to offer you on Tuesday nights is so incredible for your business. I've taken so many different nuggets from top coaches. I take some and I leave others. I'm like, you know what? That's not my jam. That doesn't vibe with me. And I just take what I think I could be able to implement and what would vibe well with me. But you learn so much from them between inviting, responding to objections, following up with people in different ways to share on Instagram, different ways to edit photos on Instagram, how to talk about the coaching opportunity. You're learning this stuff from top coaches and who have really awesome systems that they're sharing with us. On top of that, again, showing up on social media with this huge community of, this coaching community. Every year at Summit, words are really freaking hard. The momentum just kind of flows because I'm showing up on social media and people see that and then they want to join. And just like this past week, while I was on the cruise, I had the most people sign up in I don't know how long. And it's because I was continuing to show up on my journey while I was on the cruise, showing the community of other women that I was around and how much fun we were having. And it was all because they've been following me, because I'd previously reached out to them, but because I was at that live event, vacation, whatever you want to call it. But those live events, they help your business so much. You have to invest in your business and you have to treat it as if you put $1 million into it, because it's so incredible. Tyler did a project in one of his classes of what it would cost to start up your own gym. And it was well over $1 million between the building, the staffing, all the equipment, everything. And we get to run our own business for $160. So treat it like $1 million business that it is. Invest in Summit. We did it so cheap last year. We drove to Indianapolis here from Wisconsin because it wasn't too far of a drive. I mean, it was 6 hours still from where I am. And then we split an Airbnb and we bought food and everything. So it really was not that expensive of the trip itself. It's $175. Absolutely amazing experience and incredible for your business. So if you can, please think about it. Tickets are on sale this month. This is the last sale that they're doing. They're $175. If you're a new coach since last Summit, you get a new coach discount. So you can do that. I think that's all I really have on Summit. But if you have any questions about Summit, please reach out to me afterwards because I cannot say enough about it. And then super exciting, if you do invest and go to Summit, earn Success Club 10 in both April and May, and then you get a ticket and a +1 ticket to the tailgate party. Those are always super fun. There are always different themes and everything. And so that's super exciting too. Okay, so that's kind of what we got going on, and I'm gonna talk about tracking. So I'm gonna stop sharing and then I'm gonna start sharing again in a minute. 12 to 4, Jordan says. You know what, you might be right. Okay, thank you. I didn't fully check into that, so 12 to 4 in Milwaukee on the 14th. Perfect. Okay, so tracking your business. I'm just going to kind of talk about the different like areas of like what I used to track and how it's kind of transitioned. This is completely dependent on your personality and what feels good to you. Okay, so in the beginning, it was everyone was like, you have to connect with people, you have to have conversations, and you have to build relationships with people before you can ever invite, right? And now it's kind of transitioned to some people really do stick with that. They start conversations and build relationships with people before they ever invite them. And then there are other people who they just dive into the invite. If you're following me on Instagram, you're in my business, I'm inviting you to my bootcamp kind of thing, right? So whichever feels good to you. But so when I started doing this system, I would build connections with people. So I would add, and this is when I was solely working on Facebook. So I would add like 20 people a day. I would send 20 new friend requests. And then I would go into my recent friends and see who accepted my friend request, and I would write their names down. And then 2 days later, and remember last call, I think it was, I talked about my 222 system. Everything's just like 2 days apart kind of thing. Easy to remember. And then 2 days later, after they accept my friend request, I would like and comment on something. I would go see their name in my tracking. I would go and I would like and comment on something just to kind of start showing up in their feed. And then 2 days later, I would go and I would like and comment on something again, just to, just put my face out there kind of thing. And hopefully, I would ask a question. I like to ask questions and comments so they respond to me and then we get like a mini conversation going. And then 2 days later, I would shoot them a message, whether it was like if they're a mom, maybe it was like, oh my gosh, I saw you took your daughter to the zoo last weekend. That was like so much fun. Does your daughter have a favorite animal or something like that? Just to start a conversation and then just kind of let the conversation flow depending what we were talking about. Then 2 days later, I would come back and like maybe have a little more conversation, or I would slip in the invite. And then 2 days later, I would follow up, and then I would follow up again. And if it didn't go anywhere, then I would recycle back in 90 days. So it was grow network, so adding friends, like and comment, connect, invite, follow up kind of thing. So that was my like loop system, right? And so I would write their names down and I would have, okay, here's who I'm connecting with, here's who I'm liking and commenting, here's who I invited, here's who I need to follow up with, and I would have these different like rows. Now, I pretty much solely work on Instagram. I still do like attraction marketing on Facebook, where I still show up on Facebook. When people like my stuff, I'll message them and thank them and slip in an invite, whatever. So I do still work on Facebook, but just mostly on Instagram. So on Instagram, I invite a minimum of 52 people a day, 26 on each side. And if they respond, then I add them into my tracking system, which I'm going to show you how I use Asana. I add them in there and I schedule a follow-up for 2 days later. So they showed interest, I'm going to respond to them, and I'm just going to automatically schedule a follow-up 2 days later in case like I miss a message or they don't respond, and then I can just check back in kind of thing. And that's how I do it now. So it's like a way different system than before. I don't do a lot of connections because to me, like if someone's going to ask me about my daughter and then be like, hey, do you want to buy this from me? Like that feels ickier than just being like, hey, do you have any health and fitness goals kind of thing. So totally your opinion and what feels good to you. So moving into Asana. This is what I use to track my business. That is not Asana. And I like it because, and I think for Teamsy, there's this too, you can like, I don't think there's an actual app for it, but you can go to it from your phone, from your browser, and then save it to your home screen so it acts like an app, so you can still do it from your phone, from your laptop, whatever kind of thing. And so this is like a blank Asana. So what I did, I created a new Asana account. So I just want to show you how to set it up kind of. I created a new account and it is free. And it asks like, what's your team name or whatever, like as if you're working with a team on here, like other people can edit your stuff. And I just put in like our team name, it says right here, don't list INSC. And then it got to like the payment stuff, and there are payment options like for different whatever. And in very like light writing, it said continue with our limited version. And so you click that and it brings you through here to where I am now, and it is free. So if you get to a part where it's asking for money, just find where it says continue with our limited version, and then that'll bring you to the free part. Because I was like redoing it so that I could show you this, and I was like, I know this is free. Why isn't it showing me the free option? Okay, so this is your stuff or whatever. And a project is like your category or your list. So before, what I would do is I would create a new project, and my project name, I'll be maybe I just like connected with these people. So these are people who I need or who I want to invite. And I'm going to create project. And then a task is like the person's name. So, okay, so add task. You can just write Kelsey Norgal. Maybe. I don't know why that moved. I think it's like trying to like show me. Okay, and then over here, so Kelsey Norgal, you can write a description like invited to April boot camp, said interested. You know, you don't have to write a description, but if that's your jam, go for it. Or maybe if it was someone like maybe Kelsey, so I invited her to my boot camp. Gave money, objection, invite to coaching next chat or something. So next time I'll slip in the coach invite, and I'm gonna schedule a follow-up for 2 days later. So I just automatically, whoop, 2 days. So on Thursday, when I come in here, move this out of my way. Okay, it's like trying to give me a tutorial here. There we go. Okay. So if you want to delete a person, you click on these 3 things right here, and I'm just going to delete these like miscellaneous ones, delete, click on them, delete, delete, this whatever section, delete, delete permanently, delete, you know. Okay, so whatever. So say it's Thursday now. When I log in on Thursday, it's going to tell me today, this is who I'm following up with, and I'm under my invite, so I'm inviting her. And if you want to do all of these different like categories, so I'm going to add another project, blank project. I'm going to call this one follow up. Create project. No, don't need help. Okay, so I'll go back to my invite list. So I invited her, we're chatting and everything. And so I'm now going to, go over to this like area right here, move to another project. I've already invited her. So I'm gonna move her to the follow-ups. So I'm gonna go to follow-ups. And now she's in my follow-ups, and she's who I'm going to follow up with today. You can add another one, maybe like sent link or sent enrollment. So maybe you have one like that. So anytime you're talking with someone and you've sent them the link to sign up, and you add them under there, and then maybe you have another one that's completed enrollment, or maybe it's like current customers because they completed their enrollment. So Kelsey's in my follow-ups, she signed up, and now I sent her the enrollment link, and so I'll follow up with her tomorrow, because I tell everyone that the link expires in 24 hours, because you know that helps prevent them from like holding off forever and then not doing it. So I'll follow up with her tomorrow. Okay, good, she enrolled. So now I'll move her to completed the enrollment. And so now she's one of my customers. And let's say my boot camp kicks off on the 8th. And so I'm gonna follow up with her on Sunday night, just to make sure she has everything ready to go. And so I'll add another note in here. Make sure like check in on before photos. I check in with everyone the Sunday night beforehand to make sure they took their before photos and all that. So these are like how you can create different categories and move people around. I have one that is titled Outside Countries. And so anytime I'm talking to someone on Instagram and they're like, I'm from like South Africa, for whatever reason, I talk to so many people from South Africa. And we're not in South Africa, but we are expanding, and we're going to be expanding to another country this summer. They're going to announce it. And so I track all people from other countries that we're not in. So if we do happen to move to one of their countries, then, you know, we've already have a conversation. I know that they're interested and they're kind of familiar with it. Then I have them in this. Okay. So this is, if you want to do these like different, projects in like adding people or whatever. And so, like I said, for me, whenever someone responds and says, yes, I'm interested, when I'm talking with them on Instagram. Also, okay, so I'm going to stop sharing quick, and then I will show you like my current, what my actual one looks like. So that's how I used to have it, is like the different projects. I would move people to the next one, and it was like all cute and organized and everything. Now I just have one massive list that everyone's in, and I just scroll that list every single day. Who am I following up with? Who am I following up with, right? If they don't respond to me on Instagram, I don't put them in there. I used to put every conversation I had in there, and this just works better for me personally. And what I wanted to say is, so when I message people on Instagram, right, that's how I primarily work my business, and they tell me that they're interested, the first thing I say, no matter what, is, oh crap, now my phone's acting all up. Like, regardless, and I put this in a file in our team page about like having conversation about your boot camp or whatever it is. This is in a file section. But regardless of what they tell me, whether it's, yes, I'm interested, how much does it cost? Do I have to pay anything? Is it free? What does it all entail? Whatever they respond with, if it's some sort of interest, I say this every single time, because I know that if they just see 160, oh, it costs 160, yes, you do have to pay. They don't see the value in it. They just see that number, and immediately I don't have the money, right? So I have a quick text in Instagram that's INF. I type in INF and this little thing populates. It's, yes, girl, I'm so excited that you're interested. Can you tell me a little more about your health and fitness goals? What's working for you and what's not working as well as you'd like? And I know we've kind of talked about this before, but I want to know, one, I want to see if this is a good fit for them, and provide some value for them. And I want them to really want them to tell me what is not working for them. Because if they say something like, this is how you battle objections before they can really give them to you. What's not working so well? So maybe they say something like, I work 12-hour shifts and I just don't have time to go to the gym, and I, whatever it is. And they'll tell me their goals, whatever. Then I'll say, oh my gosh, I can't even like imagine working 12 hours on my feet. That's crazy, girlfriend. So I acknowledge what they told me. And then I'll say, I actually think this will be a really good fit for you, because you're going to get access to our entire workout library on demand. And some of the workouts are as short as 20 minutes to 22, 25, whatever minutes that you can push play from home. So it doesn't take a lot of time. You're in a super awesome community with other women crushing their goals. And it's super fun, and seeing everyone else post their sweaty selfies makes you not want to miss out. It is lit. And then I'll end that with a question like, what would you say your current fitness level is? Beginner, intermediate, or more advanced? I always want to end with a question so that it keeps the conversation going and I can keep providing value. So remember, first asking that question, and I'll type it in the chat so you can copy it if you want, real quick. So yes, girl. And then obviously, like, however it is that you talk, like I say girl in real life, so I say it in my messages and everything too. And then heart eyes emoji, because emojis. Can you tell me a little bit more about your health and fitness goals? What's working for you? And what's not working as well as you'd like. Okay, so that's my first message, no matter what. And if a lot of times when I send that, like, because I do have a lot of people who are like, does it cost anything? Like, what's the cost of it? Is it free? I still say this because I want to know more about that. If they kind of like bring me up like, well, what's the cost? I'm like, I promise I will get there. I really just want to see if this is even a good fit for you. So they can kind of feel like, okay, she genuinely cares and really wants to see if this is okay for me, kind of thing. So having a conversation with it, or maybe it's like, what's not working as well as you like? Well, I just cannot get my nutrition under control. Oh my gosh, girl, this is going to be such a perfect fit for you because you're going to get access to our entire workout library on demand. And on top of that, every program has its own nutrition guide. So you get complete food lists and it's so simple to follow. Plus the boot camp, all the girls crushing their goals together is going to really motivate you to keep going and sticking with your nutrition. How cool is that, right? So you can battle any objection by asking that question, right? And they're giving you their objections right away and you can battle it right away. So that's been working so well. And then other questions I ask, as I'm having that conversation is like, what would you say your current fitness level is? How much time a day would you say you'd be willing to commit to a workout? A lot of people tell me, like, honestly, I've had people tell me like 3 hours and I'm like, no, thank you. We are not meant to be because I will not be working out for 3 hours. Just kidding. But then some people will tell me, like, I don't know, like 30 minutes. And then if they tell me, if they're a beginner and then like 30 minutes, then I'll be like, oh, girlfriend, you are going to love this. We have this program that's only 3 weeks long. And I feel like it's so much easier to commit to a program for 3 weeks than it is for 3 months. And every workout in this program is only 30 minutes. Do you think you could commit to 3 weeks for 30 minutes a day starting out? And 99% of the time, the answer, actually 100% of the time, the answer is yes. A lot of times, people will still come back with the objections, but you're planting that seed. They've shown interest. And I still have people say they're not ready to sign up yet. Keep showing up, keep following up. They will eventually join you. I promise. So yeah, having conversation with it. And then, when we're getting to the end, saying something like, I'm so excited. And another thing, like, show excitement. If you're not excited and you're not actually hearing what they're telling you, acknowledge what they're telling you. Show excitement. Like, I am so excited. You are going, and like talk in the press, like they are going to, like you are going to get this. You are going, that kind of stuff. But you're going to absolutely crush your goals. I'm so excited for you. I really think you're ready to change your life. Would it be okay if I break down everything that you get and what the cost is? And they're like, yes, I'm so excited. And then I give them like the bullet points of you're going to get an entire year access to the workout library plus nutrition guides, 30 serving bag of our superfoods meals / snack replacement shake, a shaker cup, one-on-one, and group support. How does that all sound so far? Okay, sounds good. And I always make sure they read that before I add on the price. And then I'll say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's such a good price too. You're gonna freak out. Like I can't even. Originally it's $199, but is discounted to $160. How does that sound? Right? And in case you don't know, a lot of you, like the permanent price is $160 for the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack. It launched at $199. And so I always say originally it's $199 because it was, I'm not lying, it launched at $199, but is discounted to $160, right? And so that's how I kind of word things. And just, I know that's like a big issue of like having conversations with people, how to like battle this objection. I keep getting this objection and kind of thing. But if you have a conversation with it, it goes much smoother, and you're really telling them what's in it for them, right? People want to know, well, what's in it for me? If I'm going to do this, what's in it for me? Okay. So I just wanted to touch on that quick. And so now I have to learn how to log out of this and log back in. Okay. I think I got it. Log in. And I'm going to show you my current Asana. Oh, I'll go back. Share screen, just so that you can see. So I used to have all these lists, like new friend that I would add it. I connected with them, new invites, follow-ups, current challengers, like all these other things. And now I literally just have this one massive follow-up list. And I just scroll every single day. And whenever it says today, I click on them. And then obviously this doesn't say today, and I know I'm following up with them, and then I'll reschedule my next follow-up. If the conversation is really not going anywhere, and you can kind of sense that, then I will schedule a new follow-up for 90 days out or 3 months out, and then circle back to them and say, like, hey, how are you? I hope things are going well. I don't know if this is a better time, but I wanted to circle back because I'm just starting to enroll for my next boot camp and thought maybe this was a better time. Would you be interested in joining this time around, or would you want to chat about it, or whatever it is. Yeah, and then you can sort due dates, so all the due that day pop on the top. Yes, I am just like ultimate lazy, but that probably would be easier. So yeah, I would recommend doing that. So that all the ones on today are just right on top, and then you just go right down the list, bam, 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 bam. Or if you're like me, just scroll until you get to the people or whatever. Okay, does anyone have questions about tracking, who to track, what to track, how to track? Do you feel like, I know some of you already have like good tracking systems. Like I said, I know Kelsey uses Asana too. Rachel uses Teamzy, and has absolutely been amazing for her. Some people are just good old pen and paper. That's totally fine. But once I really started implementing a tracking system, is the first when I like remember it to a T. Once I actually implemented my tracking system that was just on Google Sheets, that's all it was. I hit Success Club 10, and I have not missed Success Club since. And it started when I implemented a tracking system, hands down 100%. And then over time, my conversations have kind of evolved. I used to be really, really crappy at like talking to people about the coaching opportunity and like my boot camps. And I scrolled past this conversation recently, like one of my first conversations, and I literally had the longest novel of, here's what you all get, this is what's included, here's what the challenge group is like everything in one. And so I failed a lot in the beginning, but I've gotten better. You have to fail, and you have to just keep going, and you have to be willing to change things that are not working, right? I like look black. I need to pull up my ring light next time. I'm like trying to move to the light, but there is none. So, okay, does anyone have any questions? Sorry, I keep rambling. Awesome. Well, I hope I hope this was helpful. I want to know what tracking system you're using. When I post the recording, please comment below what tracking system you're using. And then also comment below your biggest takeaway, and I'm going to do a $10 either Amazon or Target gift card. So comment your biggest takeaway and what you're going to implement as well when I post the recording. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. I appreciate it so much. We're going to commit to hitting Success Club by the 15th. And we'll see you later. Have a good night, guys.